Hello, I'm Ninja Trainer Alex, and this is my garage. So it's Thursday. Welcome back. We are talking about grip strength here. What you can do to improve overall grip strength, wrist mobility, forearm strength. Let's look at a couple different tools at our disposal, a couple that we can make at home even, and then maybe head out to the park and see what we can do on the monkey bars. Definitely adhering to those, social distancing guidelines. So let's see what we can do to stay in shape while the gyms are closed and, be fit. Alright, let's start our workout like we would with any other workout and limber up the muscles that we're going to use, right? So you can do these really before any kind of arm involved exercise, anything where you're going to be gripping, bench presses, farmer's carries, shrugs, all that type of stuff. You can limber up by doing these stretches. We'll save the stretching for the end, like, you should stretch at the end of any workout, but these are movements that you can do to get your wrists limbered up and your grip prepared for the workout to ensue, right? So first stretch, everyone's done this one before. Definitely straighten your arm all the way out, get it out here in front of you. That'll tighten up your forearm muscles so that when you pull back on your wrist, you're really gonna feel a good contraction there. Anyone with carpal tunnel syndrome really should take that stretch very slow to start off, right? You don't want to pinch that nerve immediately. So if you know you have wrist problems to begin with, definitely take it real slow. Get your arm stretched out in front of you. Pretend like you're going to tell someone to stop and then apply the stretch. Right? You don't want to just crank it out there, right? Start stretching here and then just slam it out there. Because once you straighten your arm, you really feel all your forearm muscles start to contract. And when you pull back on the tendons here in your hand, you'll feel that pull through your forearm, and you don't want to go too fast with that. Another good warm-up is just rotating the wrist both directions. Go a couple times one way, a couple times another way. And then fingers. People don't think about stretching, warming up the muscles in their hands too much until you get a hand cramp like rock climbing. And man, when your hand cramps up on you, it hurts because you don't think about hand cramps very often, right? So with finger stretches, really just focus on like isolating finger movements and trying to just play around with your hands. Do the pinky and then do like the Vulcan peace sign, right? And then just like crab around with your hands. Really focus on stretching. You'll feel the intrinsic muscles in your hands here definitely responding to these movements if you don't use your grip a lot. And then don't forget about your thumb. Definitely do counterclockwise and clockwise rotations with your thumb, and then pinch it to the tip of every finger and squeeze for a split second. That'll engage all the muscles in the sides of your hands and the center of your hand, as well as doing the rotations will engage the forearms, and it'll get all those muscles really woken up to prepare them and get the blood flowing to them for these next exercises, which will really focus on muscle strength and muscle growth. So let's go look at a few tools that we can make at home, that we can buy at a store, and then head to the park maybe and do some stuff on the monkey bars to really focus on these muscles and really isolate our forearms and our hands and get a super strong workout to improve not only climbing strength but carrying. If you want to just get all the groceries in one load, right, you got to have every finger strong. So let's bust out this workout and see what we can do. So we're out here in the garage. I was originally gonna grab some power tools and show you guys how to make a couple different variations of this tool I'm going to show you, but in the end I didn't want to overcomplicate things, and this is a great tool that's easy to make without having any tools to make said tool. Alrighty, so the tool that we're going to make today, you may have seen people, climbers using it especially. I'm going to put an old clip of me using it at a gym a couple years ago. This really focuses on the forearm and grip strength, and while here I'm using something a little bit more professional looking, you can really make it out of a lot of stuff and give a lot of variations to this tool. So I just got some sticks. I went out and picked up some sticks in the yard, some different size sticks too. If you can get your hand around it, you can really use any size branch to make this tool. I think this is just some coniferous tree that I cut in my yard. It's probably a ponderosa, maybe. I've cut a couple of those down recently. But I'm gonna use this one because it's kind of middle of the ground. It has a nice little notch right here. to help stabilize the rope that we're gonna use. And then I just have an old dog leash that's too short for my dog. She doesn't really dig limitations. So we're gonna use this, and then a jug of water, right? Milk jug. Already drank all the milk because it does the body good, but we're gonna use water. All right, so let's get and build this thing up real quick, okay? All right, so got our jug of water. So we got our jug of water, got the branch we're gonna be using, we got our dog leash. So take your dog leash, slide it through, latch it on there nice and tight, and then the other part, you're just gonna slide around your water jug handle and slip right in there. And just like that, I mean, 30 seconds, it took me a little longer than 30 seconds to drink the milk, and maybe like 2 minutes to find a stick. But there we have a rough replication of said forearm tool. Really, this may even be better because the rough texture of this is really going to improve just overall callus condition, which when it comes to ninja sport, having a bit of a rough beat up hand kind of comes in handy. I got paint all over mine, scratches, because I mean, handling wood is what I do. I'm an arborist, so handle that wood. Alrighty, let's put this thing into action, check it out, okay? Alrighty guys, so we have our jury-rigged forearm workout here, and let's check it out. So you definitely want to make sure that your arms are straight out in front of you. Keep those deltoids tight and your arms raised, your traps engaged. But it's really all about the forearm. Change the direction. Oh, bottle's coming up now. The bottle wasn't coming up before because it had, like, rope hadn't caught, but it's still like a great workout. Whew. You know, honestly, I don't think I could have used this bigger stick. I mean, I can get my hands on it now, but with that water bottle on it, my forearms gotten weak with all the gyms closed. Alrighty guys, so this is a tool I definitely recommend getting if you're going to be doing a lot of climbing or ninja sports. It's definitely good for overall strength in the hand and forearms. I keep mine in my car, right? So when I'm stressing out while I'm driving, I can just like, but like you can keep yours in your gym bag and work it in, do supersets with them, right? I like to do like squeeze 10 times and then squeeze and hold for 30 seconds and then alternate hands, count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, alternating hands for the rest break, but really treat it like you would any other weightlifting scheme, right? You want to have a rest break, you really want to push to failure, develop lactic acid in your forearms if you can squeeze until failure, until that lactic acid is building up, and then, you know, release, shake it all out, get that blood flowing again. That really is what improves muscle endurance, right? Is going till failure. So don't treat this just like you're just having fun with it, right? It's a good workout tool and you can use one as such. And if you don't have one of these, if you have some clips at home, right? I have found this in my garage. I think this one goes to my green screen whenever I pin the green screen up. Just, it may look small, but it's got some spring to it, right? And you can incorporate different fingers and do, I don't even think I could do that with my ring finger, right? So you can see where like you can need improvement on which digits need improvement. Some people like hang by a pinky, right? So it's insane what you can do with grip strength and how you can improve it. So use all the tools to your disposal. That's what being a ninja about, right? Overcoming adversity and really plowing through whatever challenge you got in front of you. Alrighty guys, we've done a couple warm-ups now. We're out at the park. It is amazingly bright, so I'm going to be squinting this whole portion, but at least it's not windy. Had to do a dub over last time. Fun. Anyway, we've done our workout. We went warm-ups before our workout here. Now we're out here focusing on grip strength. So really what we're going to do is just hang around on the bars. These center bars are smaller. I mean, it's built for kids, so these are a lot easier to hold on to. More advanced climbers, you're going to reach out to these farther bars. Not only is that going to stretch out your wingspan and put a little more emphasis in here to your lats, but it's also bigger bars, so they're a little harder to hold on to. Going back to that training emphasis again, where harder is better when you're training, right? You want it to be harder so you push yourself. So go for the biggest bars that you can,
Beginners, really when you get out here, if you have very weak grip strength or if you have wrist problems like carpal tunnel, what you want to do is you want to get out here and just get a feel for it, you know, kind of relax, take some of the weight out of your knees and sink down, but don't pick your feet up off the ground yet. Just hang here, kind of stretch, lean back this way, come forward this way, and really stretch the shoulder out and the lat to get those muscles ready for hanging and endurance. And then take your wrists off and rotate them again. Give it a little flexing, pull back on them. Make sure they feel good and solid before you commit to actually hanging here. And then really what's best for grip strength is just hang here for a while, you know, dangle around, let the lactic acid build up in your muscles. And if you can, release one arm, shake all that lactic acid out, switch to the other arm, switch grips. If your elbows start to feel like they're kind of locking out or getting tense, you know, give it a little bend like you're doing half a pull-up or something. And, you know, just try and keep your joints feeling loose and feeling good and strong. But hang here as long as you can. I usually put earbuds in so I have some music to listen to. And then after you hang for a while, really go into and just feel how your hands feel. Like really take the moment and feel them out, pull your fingers certain directions, make sure that all the ligaments and everything feel up to the task of what you're doing. If they don't, this is a great tool. Of course, you have something you have to buy, but if I step closer, it has a couple of loops. I think this one's 30 pounds. So it'll take off a lot of the load if you can't support your own weight yet. So you'll just wrap one end up there, you take the other end and you'll either put it in your shoe or find some way to loop it back up and around to this bar, and you can kind of sit in the loop that it forms. But then you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna hang, let the ropes take some of the tension off. And this is good if you're going for endurance too, and you can hang on your own for say 2 minutes, but then you gas out and you feel tired. Well, you know, pull this over, slide your foot in, and then go for another minute and push yourself a little further each time. Because it's all about pushing yourself till you can't go any further, right? That's how muscles grow, is reaching that wall and trying to push through them. So your body adapts to where that wall is. So if you hit your wall for hanging, grab one of these and extend your wall out a little further, right? Push yourself a little further each time. You can get these up to 50 pounds, 100 pounds, I think even. So you can drop down in weight until eventually you're all on your own and you can hang for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And these are great for incorporating into the pull-ups too. If you can't do a full pull-up yet, you want to get one of these to really assist your pull-up, because just because you can't do something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, I guess, right? It's all about overcoming that obstacle. If you can't do a pull-up, find a way to modify it until you can do it, and then work your way up till doing unmodified pull-ups, right? So it's the same concept that applies in grip strength. So find where your wall is, hit that wall, and then power through that wall, right? Push through it and develop new skills and, you know, train to be the best ninja you can be.
So that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any good DIY contraptions that you've built yourself or some home workouts that you like to share, comment down in the section below and give me a like and share. I can use all the support I can get right now just starting up, but you know, I hope you guys learned something and train hard, ninjas.